Make a better place with my home to hate. Make a kinder place with my home to hate. With my home to hate. All right, that's good.
We all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibilities everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this this room. We accept one another in this room, and we learn to love in this room. We bow our heads in this room. We know each other in this room. In this room. We all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home. In this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends, and we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home. In this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibilities everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibility everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we open our hearts. In this room, we grow together. In this room, we accept one another. And we learn to come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn.
Good morning this morning.
Good morning.
Are you awake, Miss Karen? You're like, good morning.
Yeah.
Well, we're ready even if you're not, so we're going to start. How about that? All right. Everybody, get up on your feet. Hi. Welcome. What do you have, Miss Karen? Oh, she just shook a bag at me, so I don't know what's happening. What is this? Where'd she go? You gotta play this, honey. I gotta play keys. You better come get this. Oh, she's got lots of toys in there. All right.
Those are shekarays. Shekarays.
All right. Let's see. What do I got here? Yeah. All right.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's do that again. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Did I mess it up again? Joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey. What are we gonna do? Go back to the chorus. How about that? You know, just pick one. Let us make a joyful sound. Wow! Jody goes. All right, ready? Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, everybody get up on your feet. We're just tagging it. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right. Well, you know I'm back in the house. The song's all screwed up.
Okay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Are we awake now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning to all of our live stream folks. Good morning to our folks in the room. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, the blessed human being that gets to be the senior minister and spiritual leader here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. If you are joining us either in the room or live stream and you have the capacity to share the live stream using your phone or your computer or mental telepathy, because some people may be that powerful, I'm not there yet. We invite you to share it on whatever social media platforms you engage with, just to make it available to folks. If this is your first time here, welcome. Here's what we want you to know. That beyond being welcome, you are celebrated here. No matter what path you're on, no matter where you're at on that path, no matter how many different paths you've been on, no matter what path you're going to be on tomorrow or 5 minutes from now, you are celebrated here. And we mean that. And so now, let me tell you who we are, and then I'll tell you what we're up to. Our vision is contributing to a world that works for everyone. Our identity is that we are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. Our mission is that we are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual center where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. Now, here's a few ways that you can get connected with what's going on. Every morning at 6 a.m. there is a meditation and prayer. There's a reading, a meditation, and prayer. Monday through Saturday, it's the 365 days of richer living. And that's at 6 a.m. If 6 a.m. doesn't work for you, you can watch these whenever you want, because they're also housed on our YouTube page and they're recorded to Facebook, so you can go back through and catch them whenever it works for you. If you want to interact, you can join me at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. Sunday. I do the Just for Today. Just for today is an eclectic reading. I don't even know what I'm going to read until that morning. Whatever nudges me to read it is what I read. It's a time where we can actually interact through the chat functions available. We live stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. To my knowledge, there's no chat function with Twitch TV, but the other two, we can communicate. And so if you have thoughts about the Just for Today reading, we actually engage in conversation about those and share our ideas and how they're landing. Then we do a brief meditation, and then we close it out with an affirmative prayer, also known as a spiritual mind treatment. If you want to study together in spiritual community, we've got two offerings right now. The Numinous Factor, which is a delightful book about the spiritual basis of science and of life. That one happens on Tuesday evenings. There's a time change. It started out at 5:30. Now it starts at 5. So note that. There's also one on Thursday, Build the Life You Want, The Art and Science of Getting Happier, by Arthur Brooks and Oprah Winfrey. Now, this one comes with a bit of a warning. He starts off being really clear that happiness is not the absence of unhappiness, and unhappiness is not the absence of happiness. And so it really is a journey of the both and, learning how to bring those together. And he's really inviting us into a whole new experience of our power of choice. And so if you're interested in that, that one happens on Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 8. Everybody's welcome. It's never too late to jump in to the party. Okay, today after service is our annual member meeting. Hopefully everybody is staying, because if everybody that's a member stays, we have a quorum, just from what I'm looking at, so that's a good thing. We have two candidates for our Board of Trustees, Claudette Gadsden and Laura Service, and you will have an opportunity to vote on that. We'll talk more about that in the meeting. All right. So, let's see, what else? Yeah, okay. I lost my place. It happens. So ways that you can actually get connected other than watching the announcement roll is to go to our website, www.columbiacsl.com/events will take you to our events calendar where you can find out what's happening and stay up on everything that's going on. If you don't find what you're looking for, you can send an email to info@columbiacsl.com. If you see something that's a mistake on the website, please send an email to info@columbiacsl.com so we can correct it. More eyes make for better accuracy. You can also call or text our office cell phone at 410-750-8559. Now, we come together on Sunday to celebrate life, so I'm going to turn it back over to our musicians, and we're going to do some more singing.
Sang it, sang it. This is for all of us. We can change the world with our own two hands, right? I can change the world with my own two hands. Make a better place with my own two hands. Make a kinder place with my own two hands. With my own two hands. with my own two hands.
D'échanger mon âme avec eux, mais oui, des amants qui vivent avec eux, mais oui, des amants qui vivent tout avec eux, mais oui, avec eux, mais oui, avec eux, mais oui.
I'm gonna make it a brighter place. I'm gonna make it a safer place. I'm gonna help the human race with my own two hands. Hold you with my own two hands. I can comfort you with my own two hands. But you've got to use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. With my own two hands.
So we're refurbishing our question wheel. So we're going to move on from that to our candle lighting and our reading. And I will invite you to consider if you have a question you're willing to ask, and we will open it up to that at the beginning of the talk. Because why not live dangerously?
Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religions and philosophies and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the sixth candle, we honor, we did that one. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor indigenous peoples' traditions as the path of recognizing and honoring spirit in all of creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors divine ancestors and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal principles of love and law. As we light the final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste. And so it is. And this is today's reading, an adaptation from January 26 from AA, Thought for the Day. As we became separated from others in our beliefs and experience, the negative effects of separation gradually began to outweigh the benefits. I'm going to start all over. As we became separated from others in our beliefs and experience, the negative effects of separation gradually began to outweigh the benefits. The strange part of it all is that no matter what separating did to us, loss of our health, jobs, money, relationships, and homes, we still stuck to it and depended on it. Our dependence on rugged individualism became an obsession. In spiritual community, we find a new outlook on life. We learn how to change from separation thinking to unity thinking by giving of ourselves to our shared community. As we become aware that we cannot depend on separation for anything, we learn to depend on a unified higher power of our own understanding instead. As we grow, as we continuously ask ourselves, have I entirely given up my dependence on being separate from others? We set the intention to be as calm and unruffled as possible as we navigate our change process. We set the intention to find peace and acquire serenity, even in the chaos of shifting our beliefs. We refuse to harbor disturbing thoughts, no matter what fears, worries, and resentments we may experience. We choose to practice self-acceptance, acceptance of one another, and make an honest effort to think of constructive solutions until calmness comes. We commit ourselves to the practice of building up instead of tearing down, of being constructive rather than being destructive. To delay acting, we are clear that we are acting for the common welfare of creation as a whole.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments, and I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find myself.
Let's take a breath together as we begin to move into consciousness of community. For the knowing and really consciously understanding that God is all there is. God is all there is. And so therefore I am one with that God, as is everything. Everything. Some things that I don't like, some things that I love a lot. And it's here in this service, in this practice, and right now that I get to grapple with the understanding of the things that I don't like, being one with God. Wow. And it is here in community that we can see each other as the face of God, as the mirror of God, as God looking at God. And then being able to say, hey, God, what's possible? Hey, God, what is the thing that we can envision? This is where we can do it in spiritual community. How blessed are we? How blessed are we to say yes to this? So I call this service just a divine celebration of humanity experiencing life, myself experiencing humanity, and then questioning, hey, what's next? What can we do? What can I do? Where is love here? How am I love? I am so grateful for the opportunity to be with people, like-minded people who are traveling on this earth with me right now and get to say, hey, what do you think? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, how are we doing this? That's what a spiritual community to me is for, and I'm so grateful for that. I can look into the faces of God and see God expressing itself. And I can see the highest vision of what I think is possible of God in each other's faces. And then I can expand what I think my highest vision is to something I see in a beautiful other's face. I'm truly grateful for that. So with that feeling of absolute love, presence, and peace, I release this word into God, into the law, because that's where it is. And together we say, and so it is.
This is a song from the universe, an ode to step one, called I Admit.
Thinking I do, well, it won't mean a thing. Surrendered I stand right here today, willing to be shown, willing to say you are here. And I declare everything's beautiful, and I'm aware you are love. You are all I need. I surrender now. I can finally breathe. You are, you are. You are, you are. everything you are. It's been so long I forgot how to live without the doubt. When the gift is staring right at me, here in the mirror, the face of God getting clearer and clearer. You are He, and I declare everything's beautiful, and I'm aware you are love. You are all I need. I surrender now. I can finally breathe. You are, you are. You are, you are. You're my everything. You are. You are, you are. You are, you are. You're my everything. You are. Sing it with me. You are, you are. You are, you are. You're my everything. You are. One more time. You are, you are. You are, you are. You're my everything. You
Let's take a breath together. So, the first 2 weeks we looked at step 1. I'm powerless over, fill in the blank. Okay. And trying to have power over, fill in the blank, makes my life unmanageable. And then last week we moved into tradition 1. Our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on unity. And today is the second part of that. If you're following along, the pages for last week and this week are over there, the worksheets. If you haven't gotten any, there's 2 complete sets over there, so you're welcome to those. So the challenge with our common welfare, who's deciding? Right? Who decides? Who decides what's common? Who decides what's our welfare? Who decides? And the deeper I go into this question, the more clear I become that we have unintentionally slipped into a duality of good and bad, right and wrong. We say we believe it's all God, but then we carve out things based on how we feel that must be something other than God because we want rid of it. Unless, of course, there's some part of God we want rid of. There might be, and if there is, are we willing to admit that? That, yep, it's all God, and this part of God I don't want. And in the truth of one, how does one extricate oneself from itself? It begs the question. So how do we bridge this gap of ancient understanding that is a tremendous misunderstanding? Right? Because it's an ancient understanding that there's good and bad. That if it feels good, we want more of it. And if it feels bad, we don't want it at all. What if your feeling is an inaccurate barometer? What if we have been lied to for centuries? That how we determine what's good or bad is based on our feelings. Right? The exact same sensation in your physical body, the same feeling, terror, and excitement. Right? Something happens that scares you. Depending on the context, you like it or dislike it. If you're sitting at home by yourself and all of a sudden you hear a noise that doesn't make sense, that startles you into fear, right? You have a fear response. At the same time, if you go to an amusement park and get on a ride that scares the crap out of you, guess what? You have exactly the same biological process and you call it fun. Yeah, it's like, uh-oh. One we like, one we don't. It's exactly the same sensation. The only thing that's different is what we're telling ourselves about it. We say it's all God, then we carve out people that aren't it. We say it's all God, and then we carve out behaviors that aren't it. Which is it? Now, I'm not saying this is easy. I've tried to talk myself out of this talk. Because, see, I can't say it to you without hearing it. I cannot live a practice and a commitment to oneness and have any accept. I can't. One of those is a lie. Doesn't make it easy. Are we willing to understand that the common welfare is honoring every expression of the divine? Every expression. Because creation happened. Creation just is. Nothing new is being created. Creation is simply expressing differently. See, that's the thing that I think we miss about one. We keep thinking there's something new that got created. If it's true, what we believe, that there is one power, one source, one substance that already is infinite possibility, there's nothing new to create. There's simply different ways for creation to express. Right? It's just different expressions of the one thing. And however it expresses doesn't change it. And that's where we come back to, oh, there can't be a good and bad. There just is one thing. And I think it behooves us to get to a new level of honesty with ourselves, right? That says, yes, I believe it's all one, and I don't like this expression of it. That's not denying it. That's not making it wrong. That's owning, I don't like it.
Yes.
Right? I don't like it.
Yes.
It doesn't mean I'm separate from it. It means I don't like it. And I invite you to consider that that ownership now empowers you to do something about it. As long as you separate yourself, you disempower yourself. Because now it's somebody else's problem. Whose, I'm not sure, in one. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. It may be one of the most painful conversations I have ever had with somebody in Science of Mind. And they initiated the conversation about what's happening in our social climate, in our political climate. And then they said this: I live in a progressive state. None of it really impacts me. Nothing he's doing really impacts me. So I'm just going to carry on about my life like it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter to me. Ouch. Ouch. And that's exactly what I said to this person. Ouch. I wish I had that privilege in this human realm. I don't. And I'm curious how it is you have come to the conclusion that you have that privilege when you profess to believe in oneness. When you have been a follower of Science of Mind for over 30 years, how did you arrive at a point of separation where this doesn't impact you? And they hung up on me. Which, honestly, I celebrated. Because it was an indicator that they heard me. Now, I appreciate that they hung up, because I'm pretty sure they didn't have an answer. How do we arrive at that point of separation where something that is happening to the whole doesn't involve me? How do I arrive at a level of dishonesty that what happens to a person with black skin doesn't matter to me, doesn't impact me? I'm powerless to change it because I'm melanin deprived. That's a lie. There's only one of us here. Everything that's happening is yours. Everything. The person that's hungry is you. The person that's wealthy is you. Everybody in between is you.
Yeah.
And when we wake up to that, and when we dare to embrace that, then we have a chance to embody it. And when we embody it, now we're empowered to shift it. We don't have to create something new. We have to align with what is. And I cannot align with what is as long as I am judging it as good and bad, as right and wrong. Now, that does not mean you have carte blanche to go run over people with your car, and when the police stop you, say, well, the minister said there's no right and wrong. Right? And I say that because I have heard ridiculous comments to people in response to that. Oh, so I can just go kill people and it's okay? No! There is behavior that is hurtful to other people in form. It's not carte blanche. We're talking about spiritual work here. We're talking about at the deepest level of knowing this morning. The common welfare, one body, has to come first. Because, as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. As long as there's one person sick, I'm not well. As long as one person is hungry, I'm hungry. And as long as we push those things away, how are we going to change them? Imagine if creation said, I'm going to give to this group, but not to this group. Which group are you in? Do you know? Because the group that creation's not going to give to, you're gone. Because life is giving life to life. And if it stops giving, whoop, there ain't no life. Doesn't matter how it's expressing, there ain't none. That's what we do mentally when we separate. What we're saying is this expression of God is not worth it. But I am. Are you really willing to live in that level of arrogance? Are you really willing to cut off a part of you? If you are, I invite you to stand naked in front of a mirror and pick which part you want to cut off. Because it's the same thing. That's just the micro level of the macro. This is a body, a singular body of creation. And we are busy wielding machetes at each other, amputating parts of the body, pretending like it doesn't matter. And it does. Now the good news is, you can't kill me spiritually. You can't. You can't kill an eternal being. So yeah, you know, I understand the moment, this moment just now, what just flashed into my head was Jesus on the cross. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You can't kill me. You can end my physical life, but you can't kill me. Because I am a divine expression of an eternal being. The expression of me is eternal. The physical of me is temporal. It's supposed to be. And that brings us to a whole conversation of how it is we're ever going to arrive at healing when we make sickness bad. See, we're still in some level of separation. I don't know how we arrive at a sense and experience of wholeness while simultaneously rejecting any part of our experience. Because to do so says that creation made a mistake. What if it didn't? What if all the chaos that we're experiencing is exactly what we're intended to experience, because it's exactly what we're creating to experience? There's that. But notice how we're doing it, but man, who do I blame? Who do I blame? Well, it gets really easy when there's only one. Right? Are we willing to put the common welfare first? Now, I will wrap up with this. Because in 12-step recovery, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on program unity. It's a little easier because what that's actually referring to is the singleness of purpose of that organization. For AA, it's not drinking. For NA, it's not using drugs. For CODA, it's dealing with humanity. I have so much respect for people with that go to Codependence Anonymous, because they're dealing with all of it. All of it. For Al-Anon, bless their hearts, they're dealing with the alcoholics and alcohol and their powerlessness over all of that. What, as metaphysicians, is our singleness of purpose? That's the question I think we have to answer. What is our singleness of purpose? And are we establishing our singleness of purpose from condition to spirituality? Or are we starting at spirituality? Because I don't think we can arrive at a spiritual singleness of purpose going from condition to spirit, because condition is limited. Right? But we keep trying to do that. Spiritually, pretty sure the singleness of purpose is to reveal God. Just to reveal God, to reveal what is already present. Not to invent it, not to go find it, not to add it to you, to reveal it. Right? This is the cover. The minute I open up, it reveals what's inside. This is my cover. What's inside that I won't reveal? What's inside that I blame you for limiting? Because I won't reveal it. Because I'm operating from the lie that that's too vulnerable. You can't kill me. You can't hurt me. I am the infinite expressing in form. Now that may sound arrogant as all get out. It's still true. And that does not mean I don't have feelings in the human realm. I do. The difference is, have what you feel, be honest about what you feel, and stop making it bad. When someone asks you, how are you? I'm amazing. I'm whole, perfect, and complete. And my heart is breaking. I'm whole, perfect, and complete. And I'm feeling sadness that I don't know how to feel. Stop making it an either or. When you feel sad and someone says, how are you? I've been better. Really? You've been better than perfect? When? You've been better than God expressing? How? I have felt better. Be impeccable with your word. Stop telling yourself lies. You're amazing, and you have feelings. And some of them you like, and some of them you don't. So what? Own it. Because the minute you own it, you can shift it. Spiritual mind treatment empowers you to shift. You're not inventing things to think about and feel. You're just aligning. My heart is breaking. And love's got this. I don't see it at this moment. But the core of me knows love has this. That no matter what all this is, I refuse to believe in wrongness. I refuse to believe in separation. I feel this, and life is expressing life. I will wrap up with this, and many of you have heard this. It's a real simple analogy in this physical body. Having had a third-degree burn, I can speak to this with authority. When you have a third-degree burn, it's excruciating for a split second, and then it doesn't hurt at all. At all. Big hole in the palm of my hand, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, why doesn't that hurt? It didn't hurt because the nerves were burned off. There was nothing there to hurt. It had just burned off. The process of healing a burn is daily debridement of what doesn't belong there. Starting off, doesn't hurt. Go in, they debride it. It's like magical. It's like, how is it they're scraping around in there and it doesn't hurt? Because the nerves are dead. And I submit that many of us are walking around with dead nerves. As we debride our belief system, the nerves come to life. Once you get to a certain level, it becomes excruciating. Pain that I couldn't even wrap my head. I fell 18 feet off a roof, crushed both wrists, split open my head. That felt good compared to debriding that wound once the nerves regenerated. That felt good, right? Are we willing to continue to debride our consciousness? Are we willing to go through the pain of debriding every lie that is operating in our heads and in our hearts that separate us from one another, that are keeping us infected? Because the only way that heals is all of that stuff has to be removed so new growth can happen. So that what belongs there can grow back. My hand is all good now. There's one tiny little spot. If you're really close, you can see from that third-degree burn. And that scar reminds me of the preciousness of pain. Are we willing to go through the pain of healing, or are we just busy trying to avoid it, thinking it's going to fix something that it ain't? Let's take this into prayer. I recognize that life, God, creation, whatever it is breathing itself as me. Is breathing itself as all of creation. That creation simply is, and it is expressing itself in glorious, precious, magnificent multiplicity. And that no individualized expression changes what it is. It is changeless, nameless, limitless. And all life is that. And so I claim and affirm that each individualized expression of life is waking up to its magnificence. Is waking up to the glory of alignment of the divine self with the human self. That every expression of life is so alive that everything unlike that is being debrided. That the holiness, the preciousness, the amazingness, the isness that I don't even have words for is coming into expression as humanity, as this earth, as the cosmos, as the climate, as everything that is being expressed in form and unformed. That the harmonious operation of one is revealing itself. And so I am grateful. And it is in this gratitude, this belief that it's already done, that I let go. I let go of all the ideas that tell me I, the individual separate I, has to do anything rather than be something. So I let go, and I let my being inform my doing. And I simply love. And I invite you, if you're willing to join the journey, consciously, intentionally, purposely, to join me as we say together, and so it is. Let's take a breath. I love you. Yeah, that isn't the talk I wrote. It's the one we all got, though, ain't it? All right. So this is our time of sacred giving. This is our time when we get to do what the infinite is doing as us, which is to give. And so as our musicians come, I invite you. You can do text to give, you can mail a check, you can give through our website, or you can give here in the basket in just a moment as it comes around the room. But let's start by saying our giving affirmation together. Here we go. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely as creation gives to me. I give through Columbia's Center for Spiritual Living to ensure its continued availability to all spiritual seekers. If I could have a couple of ushers. There we go. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Eamon. All yours, Miss Jamie.
All the things that I have held dear, vanities that whisper in my ear. What would I do if they all disappeared? Riches and fame and all that they could buy, I've come to find they never satisfy. What would I gain if my soul's the price? I don't want to love what the world loves. I don't want to chase what the world does. I only want you. I only want you. First things first, I seek your will, not my own. Surrender all my wants to you. To keep the first things first. To live your truth, walk your ways, set my eyes. Lord, I fix my face on you. All my desires reverse. Keep the first things first. Give it all, my life an offering. My heart is yours. with me. Your kingdom's all I wanna see. I don't wanna love what the world loves. No, I don't wanna chase what the world does. I only want you. I only want you. First things first, I seek your will, not my own. Surrender all my wants to you. Keep the first things first. To live your truth, walk your ways, set my eyes. Lord, I fix my face on you. All my desires river. Keep the first things first. To keep the first things first. All my desires reversed. Keep the first things first. Oh, to keep the first things first. Oh, first things first, I seek your will, not my own. Surrender all my wants to you. Keep the first things first. To live your truth, walk your ways, set my eyes. Lord, I fix my face on you. All my desires reverse. To keep the first thing first. Oh, to keep the first things first. Oh, keep the first thing first. That wasn't what I was going to sing either. So you're going to hear that one again and sing it with me.
If the talk can change itself, so can the music. And so I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude for the divine as money, knowing that it supports itself, grows itself, expands itself as this amazing idea of Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. And so it is. All right. The slides help us actually know what we're doing.
But you see, they're behind my head, so I'm clueless at all times.
And even that, it's suspect.
She said we're going to do that one again.
So, a couple of thank yous. Thank you, Vaughn, for helping with the audio. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jesse and Zeta, for being our live stream team this morning. Thank you, Mindy, for being our reader and our hospitality person this morning. Thank you, Laura and Nancy, for doing our welcoming stuff this morning. Thank you, Rebecca, for being our practitioner this morning. And Rebecca has to leave, so Deborah will be tag teaming with her to pray with you after service, if you would like to avail yourself of that. Thank you, Deborah, for engaging with our online community. Thank you, Gary, Brandon, Noah, and Jamie. And thank you, everybody, for being here. If you want prayer, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can do the prayer box over there. You can get prayer after service. You can email a prayer request to prayer@columbiacsl.com. And these beautiful people will hold you in prayer along with myself. Our affirmation for today. One moment at a time, I choose unity. Unity in my thinking. Unity in my intentions. Unity in my actions. Let's read that together. One moment at a time, I choose unity. Unity in my thinking. Unity in my intentions. Unity in my actions. And so it is. And so now we have a closing song, and let's find out what it is.
Okay, so the band has decided for me. I thought we were going to do that one again. And I'm going to be unified with my brothers and do what they tell me for a change. I know, don't fall over. Don't fall over. It's gonna be okay. All right. They've decided you need to hear this song, and I'm gonna roll with it. I'm not gonna question, okay? So, and you've heard it before, and you do know this, okay? But the words won't be up there. It's easy. You're fine. I believe in you. All right. All right, ready?
I have a secret. Remember this one? Have you heard this one? Yes, you have. I really doubt it, 'cause I've seen you run away from all you are and from where you've been. I'm here to tell you a truth from within. You're so easy to love, so easy to love. One of a kind, right on time, so easy to love. You're so easy to love, so easy to love. And in the end, you won't break if you bend, so easy to love. You are a pattern of the divine, a unique expression. No one can shine like you do. You may want to argue, present all the proof why this can't be so, but I tell you the truth. You're so easy to love, so easy to love. One of a kind, one of a kind, right on time, so easy to love. You're so easy to love, so easy to love. And in the end, you won't break if you bend, so easy to love. I hold you in the dark, wrap you in kindness. Your spirit feels the spark, and you know who you are. You're so easy to love, so easy to love. One of a kind, right on time, so easy to love. So easy to love, so easy to love. And in the end, you won't break when you bend, so easy to love. Open your eyes, don't be afraid. Spirit is all there is, it can't be contained. Dare to love again, not at the end. Remember the truth in your heart as you mend. So easy to love. Tell your neighbor, you're so easy to love. One of a kind, right on time, so easy to love. So easy to love, so easy to love. And in the end, you won't easy to love. So easy to love. Well, remember that as you go forward. Thank you, Columbia CSL, for being here today. And thank you, Reverend Rafe. We love you.
So we're going to do a little bit of rearranging for our annual meeting, hang out, talk to one another, get to know each other. We'll be ready to go very shortly. Here we go.
All right.
Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table. Loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful, loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I thank you, God, for one good day. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table. Loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table, loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I thank you, God, for one good day. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, I am free. So many gifts upon my table, loving kindnesses to me. Living Spirit, I am grateful. Loving Spirit, for the way, for this rich, abundant living every single day. And I give thanks for the knowing. I give thanks for the way your love is overflowing every time I pray. And I thank you, God, for one good day.